What's going on, YouTube? It's James with Shyhammer Fantasy Battle Reports, and I got Game 3 of the Brawler Bash 2016. I just had a huge win against a Dwarf player, then I had a huge loss against a Sylvan Elf player, and, I'm still thinking, I'm still positive, I'm still like, alright, I gotta pick up my next win. I got the bad loss out of my way, out of my system, and let's go ahead and go into this game. So I'm playing against Sandler and his Legion of Demons army, or Demon Legion's army, that's just wrath themed, and I'm just like, alright. He did win the roll off, and he's gonna drop everything first, alright? So that kind of gives me the benefit of seeing like where he's placing stuff. He does have 2 ambushing units, which I'm going to tell you right now. I forgot that he had ambushing units, but so that was a negative on my side. But looking across the table, I'm like, man, he has all this shit coming at me. He doesn't have any shooting, which is a good thing. And I have a ton of shooting, so I'm going to go ahead and play that out to my advantage. Let's go over the armies and see what we both brought on the table, though. So for my side, first thing I have here is my horde, my orc horde. It's 33 orc Ed Bashers with extra hand weapons. They have a banner that protects them against shooting, which does absolutely nothing in this game. Over here I have a unit of 30 Cave Gnashers, the Gnasher herd. And then here I have my 3 war machines. I have my Splatterer and my 2 Git launchers. And then over here I have my unit of 12 orcs with crossbows and heavy armor. I do have the level 2 on the left side there. You can see him blowing up. That is Baxter. He's Lord of Shadow. I have over here all my characters. I have King Koopa, which is a Lord level Goblin with a 1-up armor and a 4-up regen. I have Longshot, who is Baron Longshot. He has a Skull Splitter, shotgun, armor piercing, and always hits on 4s. Then I have Kabuto the Python on the right. He is a level 2 Lore of Wilderness with a red ring of fire, whatever ring. And then on the left I have King Chickenhead. King Chickenhead is not in the game. He's just there for moral support. Over here I have Warboss Dread Irontooth, and Dread is a 2-up armor, 4-up ward. And then over here I have the A-Rock, and the A-Rock is a Gargantula with the web launcher. Over here I have 20 Forest Goblins with Skirmishers and the Poison Banner. And then over here I have a unit of 5 Wolf Riders. Now, for my magic, I got Swarm of Insects, which I'm enjoying Swarm of Insects. I like this spell, especially against demons, because most of the demons he has does not have armor. So I don't care that I don't have to worry about armor for strength 1 hits. I just have to worry about his wards. Most of his army, since they're Wrath, it's a mono Wrath army, have magic resistance though, so that does suck. I kind of found that out firsthand right now. I also have Curse of the Wildwood and the Beast Within. And then for my Shadow, I have Shadow Miasma and Turn of Smoke. And then I have, of course, Fireball. For his army over here, he has this unit over here. I don't know if I have his list with me. I might have brought it with me. I'm going to look really quick while I'm talking about this. I thought these guys were Crushers. I thought, I don't know. I was just playing the game and I was just like, oh, these are Crushers. Like the normal things that King Koopa destroys. Man, these are not Crushers. These are like the Demon Crushers. They have like Killing Blow and shit. So I kind of got hit up right away when I realized, oh shit, this is not the same guys. Over here he has a unit of Furies, and that's also his Lord on the background right there. His Lord is a Demon Lord. I cannot find this guy's list. Yeah, he's a Demon Lord. That's his general, and he has a bunch of goodies on him too. Sorry, I'm like trying to multitask right now. But let's see if I can find this really quick. That's Goblins and Orc stuff, and that's Ogre stuff. God damn it! All right, I don't think I have his list with me. It must be in my bag at home. Oh well. Over here he has, on the left, that looks like a skull cannon or whatever they used to be called. It is not. It is actually a chariot. So it's like an altar or whatever. It basically acts as a chariot. It gives off like a bubble aura thing, and yeah, that's about it. On the right, that is his giant block of corn or wrath. I don't know what they're called. Bloodletters. I'm gonna look this up really quick while I'm here. Sorry, I'm like falling apart right now. My freaking video. Demon Legions. There we go. That's going to be pulling it up. Anyways, so he has this giant block. He does have his BSB in that unit, and he also has, I think he might have a character in that unit as well. Maybe, I don't remember. Over here, check that out. He has another Demon Prince. He has two Demon Princes. One's his general, and one's acting as a bloodthirster. So this guy does multi-wounds. He has like 8 attacks. He's basically hitting everybody on 3s. Holy shit, man. And then on the right, he has a small unit of another unit of Wrath, Bloodletters, or whatever they're called. I'm going to look this up right now. His core. Boom, boom, boom. Horror, Sirens, Slaughterers. Yeah, so they're just Slaughterers. Hey, they have innate defense. Or you can buy it as an upgrade, whatever. Alright. So as you can see, I move Longshot all the way on the right. Longshot doesn't have to die. This whole game, he has no shooting. He has nobody who's fast enough or going to get in range for Longshot to worry. So Longshot just pops himself over there. He's going to be able to shoot the whole game. That's fine. I do have my Wolf Riders up front. Unfortunately, he has nobody who has Frenzy. So I really can't force him to charge me in any direction. And I think those guys do have Frenzy, actually. I take it back. Maybe. I don't remember. We're playing those fields with those little tufts of grass as forests. So my forest goblins are over there. And then, let's see if I have a picture of the other side. I really don't. I'm bad at that. Here, I'm going to have to pull up another picture here. But I put my orcs on the left. I put my war machines on the far left. Thinking back about this, I probably could have bunkered up a little bit more on the right side, but I spread out my war machines thinking he had multiple targets to choose from. The war machines, he couldn't really get there. He did have the harpies, obviously, who could fly wherever. I have Koopa on the far left side. You can't see him, and I had Koopa lined up against those crushers, because usually Koopa could take out crushers no problem, but these aren't crushers. These are let's see, these are Crusher Cavalry. Close enough. Just put a cavalry at the end of it. So I'm like, alright, the big blocks, I want A-Rock to handle them. My general doesn't have to stay out front right now, and he has nothing that, he has nothing that can shoot my general, but my general doesn't have to be a target right away. The problem here is his 2 Demon Lords. His 2 Demon Lords have flying, and they're going to fuck up whoever they want to hit. I did put my orcs right up front, and that's so they could shoot, for a turn or two. So, that's going to play to my advantage. But I'm keeping my orcs and my squigs kind of sitting back. I have Kabuto sitting back. Anyways, let's go into turn 1. Turn 1, he's obviously going to go ahead and move first, and he just moves his whole army up. That's it. That is it. That was his turn 1. He had triple movement banner on his giant horde there of his slaughterers, and I'm just like, all right, I have to deal with that horde like now, because that's going to be the biggest issue besides his 2 Demon Lords, So I go ahead and we're going to go to my turn, Orcs and Goblins, turn 1. I move my Forest Goblins into the forest because I really need to take advantage of my shooting advantage, and I have 2 blocks there that I'm looking at that is just going to be a big threat. So both of those blocks I just have to deal with. I don't have to worry about the Crushers just yet. I don't have to worry about the Demon Lords just yet. And I kind of kept my Orcs out of it because my Orcs have been underperforming. And going against Demons, they're going to be faster. They're going to be stronger. They're just going to destroy my blocks, right? So I go ahead and I use my Wolf Riders to be chaff into this giant block here. He's going to have to waste a turn charging me, right? And I just obviously use Longshot just to chill in the back and shoot. Magic Phase got 5 power dice. I go ahead and I throw up 1 dice on Fireball. I fail it horribly. I throw up 1 dice on Swarm of Insects. I fail it horribly. And I throw up the rest of my dice onto Curse of the Wildwood, and he dispels it. That was horrible Magic Phase. Alright, so shooting. We're going to go ahead and shoot long shot into his chariot, because long shot's the chariot killer, and he gets through the armor no problem, but then he freaking ward saves it. Everything in this army has a ward save. That is so... Oh, that's so bullshit. Such bullshit. Over here, I have the forest goblins shooting at that small block. I figure I have to deal with the small block before I have to deal with the big block. So they start shooting at the small block here, and they got poison shots, long range, move and shoot, and BAM! Kill off 5 of them. They actually got like 7 wounds. He ward saves 2. And killed off 5. That's just great. It's a good start. And he was just like, oh, like that's a little broken. And I'm like, well, they're going to take that away in the next update. So, over here, I'm going to shoot the web launcher. I'm hitting the big unit because it's easier target. And BAM! Kill off 6 of those motherfuckers over there. And then, I'm going to start shooting the git launcher. I shoot them both at his general. Now, my objective for this game is to kill his general. If I kill his general, I get 500 extra points. So I'm shooting the git launcher at his general. It drifts off, hits Crusher, only does 2 wounds onto 1 Crusher, and the other Git Launcher misfires and can't shoot for the rest of the game. God damn it. Over here, my Rock Lava cannot shoot for the turn, misfires and turns itself around for a turn. And then these guys over here are going to start shooting at his Horde, and they kill off 2 more of his Horde. As you can see, he got 3 ward saves off. Oh, man. And that's it for my turn. It's going to go ahead and start off Legion's turn 2, Wrath turn 2. He has to charge here. He can't get my guys out of the way. I believe he charged with the guys on the right. And I'm like, stand. And he's like, really? I'm like, yeah. So he's like, shit. So he has to charge these guys here. And how does this work? How did he lose 1 guy? I don't know how he lost 1 guy. I don't think I stand and shot. Did I? Oh, my bad. That's before that. This is actually shooting phase still. The Wolf Riders are shooting at the unit right in front of them to kill off the 1 guy. Sorry about that. Now it's turn 2, Wrath. Now he's charging on both sides. He charges on the one side, I stand. He charges on the other side, I'm like, I stand, because that's the point why I have him there. Even if I fleed, I think I don't think I would have been in a better position like to countercharge him or anything like that. So he's just gonna stand there, and he does a long charge here with his chariot into my crossbow guys. Now, oh guys, it's the ambulance. It's been so long since I've heard the ambulance because I've been doing all my videos at on the road. Anyways, so he does a long charge here from his chariot into my crossbows, and I'm thinking he needs a 10 on Swift Stride. I have a good chance of just standing and shooting, maybe clipping a wound or 2, and then hopefully sticking there for Steadfast and probably countercharging. If not, you know, whatever. So I decide to stand and shoot. And during this turn, this is probably, I'm going to say it right now, this is probably the biggest mistake I made. I should have just fleed, because he would have failed charge and I would have had a counter charge with my Nashers. But he gets in like this over here, because obviously he had 2 flanks, so he had to close his flanks here. And then this guy gets in with 3 dice, gets a 10 exactly, and he's in. Then all of a sudden on turn 2, here comes the ambushers. BAM! Hellhounds, and BAM! Hellhounds. And I'm like, shit! I totally forgot about these freaking Hellhounds. And I could turn Koopa around to try to deal with them, but I was like looking at those Crushers like they're a bigger issue. His Crushers are moving up too, so I'm like, ah, crap. And then now his Demon Lords are coming up this way, one towards my General in the A-Rock and one towards my Horde. So, close combat, he just destroys the Wolves. I didn't have a chance with the Wolves, man. And he's going to reform this way, and it's going to be very ugly. Over here, close combat, his impact hits, he gets a 6. And on the 6, he gets 5 kills. Oh, that's ugly. He starts going at it. He got lethal strike. He has a bunch of attacks, kills off the majority of the unit. He overruns, BAM! Right into my Nashers, and I'm just like, son of a bitch. That was really bad for me. And this is how it looks. It's going to start off Orcs and Goblins, turn 2. I charge Koopa into his Crushers. And again, if you guys watch all my Okon videos, Koopa has no problem with Crushers, but I forgot these are not regular Crushers. These are freaking Demon Crushers. They have Killing Blow. I decided to play a chaff game right here. My Splatterer can't shoot anyways, so I move the Splatterer a little bit over to the right, and I move my Git Launcher a little bit over because this Git Launcher can't shoot for the rest of the game. He's going to have to charge one or the other, but he can't charge the one that works. Oh, that's awesome. And then I kind of moved Dread and the A-Rock over to the right more. Kind of screwed over my hordes, though. Now General and the A-Rock are far off to the right. I move my Forest Goblins out of his out of his line of sight from the small unit. I'm going to shoot at him a little bit more. And as you can see, this is kind of how it looks. And then on this side, this is how it looks. My horde is in trouble. I see that they're in trouble. Hopefully Koopa can hold. Magic Phase got 7 power dice. I go ahead and I throw up 3 dice on Curse of the Wildwood. He stops it. I throw 1 dice onto Shadow Miasma. He stops it. And I throw up 3 dice on Fireball. And he gets it. I get it off. I only kill off 1 dude here. It's another ambulance, guys. Kill off 1 guy with Fireball. We're going to go to Shooting Phase. The Goblins, the Forest Goblins are going and they kill off 3 more guys. Oh, it's awesome. And then shooting the Git Launcher, the one that works at his Demon Lord, and I get 3 hits off, or 4 hits off, and I fail to wound him at all. He only has like a 5-up ward too, which is nothing, but yeah, I failed to wound him at all. This web launcher's going. The web launcher shoots, and it drifts off like 10 inches that way. Holy shit. I decided to use long shot to shoot at his horde, to thin out his horde, or a small horde, and kill off 2 more. His impact hits here kill off a bunch of my guys. He starts attacking, kills off like 6 guys total. My Nashers go back. They do 2 wounds onto him. I am steadfast though, and I'm gonna stick there. I rolled a 5 actually twice, and I'm on my BSB's right to the next to me. So then I decide to reform into ranks like this and just deal with him that way, because I'm not getting all my attacks in anymore. And he just took a chunk out of my Nashers with that freaking chariot, man. Like I said, that chariot was a big issue because I let him get impacted twice on me. Over here, Koopa kills off one of the Crushers. The Crushers go and they do a bunch of attacks. They get 1 lethal strike off, and guess what? It goes to regen. So it hurts Koopa, does 1 wound onto him. We're going to stick there for a round of combat, though, and it's going to go ahead and start off Demon's turn 3. Demon's turn 3, he charges here. He has to charge here. He's charging his Furies into my other War Machine, so I didn't get away from them, unfortunately, and he's charging these guys into this War Machine. There goes all my War Machines on turn 3, man. God damn it. He's charging a long charge with his General and his Demons into the A-Rock, and I'm going to have to stand there. I stand and shoot, too, to top it off. And do they get in? No, they both fail charge, actually. I think they both fail charge. And then he decides to move his Demon Lord just out of the picture. He's like, his Demon Lord doesn't even have to die anymore because he thinks he has it under control. Close combat, these guys over here, Koopa gets off 1 wound onto a guy, and he goes ahead and does another lethal strike. He has a banner and a lethal strike. I did 1 wound. I lose combat, and Koopa's going to run on a 7. And they chase me. They go this way, and he has to take a dangerous terrain. But Koopa is dead, and this whole side is just fucked. I mean, this whole side is just fucked. Oh, man. The close combat of the War Machines. His Hounds destroy the War Machine. His Furies destroy another War Machine. The Furies overrun into the Orcs on purpose. And just going to hold them there still for a turn. And then I think that's what he did, because I can't countercharge his. No, he didn't. He just reformed and faced that way. Alright, never mind. Over here, close combat. Nashers only did 1 wound. He goes ahead and attacks back, kills off 2 Nashers, and they're going to stick there for another turn. This is how it looks. It looks pretty nasty right now. He obviously has his small block coming towards the A-Rock where I can't escape, basically. I have to charge them, or I have to try to run away, and if I run away, I'm not really doing myself any benefit there. So let's go start off Orcs and Goblins turn 3. A-Rock takes the bait, charges in right here. My Orcs take the bait, charge into the side flank there, and I get in here like so, and I get in over here. Now, I do have ranks and a banner. He's only getting a couple attacks in because he doesn't have all 3 of them in. I do have my BSB there, and I should be able to, I mean, they're only like a 3-up armor, I think. I should be able to, in theory, kill off one of them so he doesn't have a rank, and do, banner, side charge, big side charge, BSB, 2 ranks, but I'm not getting ranks because I'm in the forest. So, and then do, a couple wounds. He should run, he should get out, I should just destroy this whole unit, no problem, reform and deal with one of my demons after that, right? So I move Dread this way to deal with the Hellhounds. I figure the A-Rock's in trouble anyways with the Demon over there. And I decide to chaff up his big horde of demons up there with my Forest Goblins. So my Forest Goblins move closer. They're going to basically just going to have to deal with doing Tomahawks into them for 2 rounds. We're going to go into Magic. I got 5 power dice. I go ahead and I throw up Crystal Wildwood onto this unit. He dispels it. And I go ahead and I throw up Fireball. I get it off and I kill off like maybe 1 guy. I don't even remember. Shooting phase. These guys. Holy shit. I am not kidding. They did 12 6s out of 40 shots. 12 6s. He was like, this unit is so broken. This is such bullshit. He goes ahead and rolls his wards, and he gets off. I kill 3, 6, 7, 8. So he got off 4 wards, and I kill off 8 guys. That's just awesome. I'm gonna go ahead and shoot with long shot, kill off 1 more. And as for the A-Rock didn't even take a wound. He just crushed that unit. He's gonna face his demons. Over here, this guy, he only had like 1 or 2 wounds left, but he destroyed all my squigs. My squigs blow up, and they don't even bother finishing off the job. God damn it! Over here, my horde actually kills off 2 of his guys. I think 1 only had 1 wound left, and I did 4 wounds. So I did 4 wounds, a charge, a flank, and 2 banners. That's 8. He did kill 4 of my guys, so he's losing by 4. Okay, I don't got ranks because the fucking forest. He rolls the dice, and he rolls extremely low, like double 1s or a 3 or something. And I'm just like, are you fucking kidding me? His guy didn't blow up. He sticks there for a round, and he just set me up for side charges. And I decide to reform into ranks like so, which it doesn't even matter because I'm still in the forest, but I mean, I don't know what else to do right now. Well, I figure if I get side flanked, I have more attacks on the side. That's kind of why I did that. But it's going to start off his turn. Demon's turn 4, I think this was. He's That's what's left of his horde, by the way. That's exactly what's left of his horde. He charges into my Forest Goblins. I stand and shoot, give him some more double tapping Tomahawks, and he just knows it's coming. He's charging his Demon Lord into the A-Rock. And the A-Rock has to stand because she's immune to psychology. And he's charging the fucking chariot. This fucking chariot, the whole game, gets into the rear charge here. And he's charging both of these units over to here. And my horde gets crushed like so. These guys get in. And I didn't really get... I don't think I got any wounds off on the freaking stand and shoot. Maybe I did. I have to look. It was 2 wounds. I got 2 wounds off. That's it. Nope, 4 wounds. I'm sorry, it was 4. So we're going to go to close combat. Close combat, he kills off a couple of my guys here. They are just outside of the forest. They are not stubborn, and they're going to flee. And when they flee, he ends up running them down and catching them. As for the A-Rock, or no, we're not at the A-Rock. Over here, my Orcs do 1 wound out to the Hellhounds. His impact hits and just everything involved attacking. I'm not even going to count. Just you can see how empty my tray is. Demons are just way faster than Orcs. He destroyed my unit. Just destroyed him, man. Oh, God, it's ugly. And I run, and I actually get away. The only unit that's touching that is a full unit is his Hellhounds. So I'm running away from the Hellhounds. He chases, and I roll a 12. I'm like, fuck this, 12. Bam! And I get a 12, and all his units fail to catch me. But I'm running around basically with no banners. Over here, Dread kills off one of the dogs, and they attack. And they actually do 1 wound onto Dread, and they stick there. I don't think I kill anything else. And then over here, this is how it looks. He just, his demon... His Bloodthirster did like 4 wounds, multi-wounds, 2 each, and just destroyed my A-Rock in 1 shot. Like, just dead. That thing is ugly, man. Oh my God, is that thing ugly. And I'm like, shit, I should have focused so much firing power on him, but instead I focused firepower on killing the hordes. And this guy's just going to come around. And now I'm stuck in combat with Dread. He has a rear charge set up, so I have 1 turn to get out of here. It's going to go ahead and start off Orcs and Goblins turn 4, and I move Longshot and Kabuto over here to just try to deal with his general, or not his general, his Bloodthirster. Magic Phase got 8 power dice. I go ahead and I throw up the Beast Within onto my general on Dread to give him a higher toughness. Just hopefully the higher toughness will make him live longer. And I get triple sixes off, and he's like, go for it, man. He's like, he wants to see me blow up because I throw 4 dice. So I go ahead and I throw the miscast, and the miscast is a 7, which is everybody in base contact. There's nobody in base contact with my achievement, so everybody's fine. So we're going to go to shooting phase. Shooting phase, I shoot off a little bit more of the horde. I kill off 2 more guys. And over here, Dread kills off a couple hounds. Hounds fail to wound, and I turn Dread around. Dread wins combat, but this is about to get extremely ugly on Demon Legions turn 5. Demon Legions turn 5. He decides to charge my unit with all his guys that can charge, and I keep running, and they run away, actually. They get away. They run across the pond. They're like, fuck it. I lost a couple guys to the pond, but I was just like, I have to keep running because I cannot let him just kill me. So he decides to start taking table quarters at this time because he can. That guy, this is what sucks. I hate it when I get so far in the game and that one crusher has like 1 wound left, and he has that freaking chariot has like 1 wound left, and I'm just like, I should kill him, but they're not. They're living and they're getting away with points. Over here, he charged in with both, but he challenges with his Bloodthirster, and his Bloodthirster's going to go ahead and attack. He does a shit ton of hits. He's like hitting it like strength 7. For some reason, I was thinking he goes through all my armor. He doesn't go through all my armor. I should have had a 6-up armor still. But I go ahead and I roll the dice, and I don't save enough. He just kills off my general. It didn't matter anyways, to be honest. Kills off my general, and he overruns this way, and it's just, that's pretty much it, man. All I have left is this running unit and my two characters up there. It was another massacre. This is just so brutal. I'm gonna go ahead. Actually, it's not over. I still have magic. I'm gonna go ahead and shoot magic. 7 power dice. I go ahead and I do fireballs. Try to kill off his unit over here more. Kill off 1 more. Throw up swarm of insects. He stops it. And his turn 6, he charges his demon lord here, and I'm like, fuck that. I'm fleeing. So yeah, there you go. That's the end of the game. I just basically flee away from all his stuff, and he lives. So, in all fairness, I left his giant horde, which is probably like a 300 or 400 point unit easily, right? Including his BSB, and I left them down to like 3 guys left, or 4 guys left. I left the chariot with 1 wound, and I left the freaking crusher with like 1 wound. And he has 2 demon lords that are full health. I didn't get the extra 500 points for his demon lords. I mean, he did have a really big advantage by having the first turn, because he just basically marched across the table on the first turn. I did mess up by giving him room to ambush me on 2 different units, which really sucked. That kind of messed up my ranged advantage. Granted, my 1 war machine blew up right at the beginning. I think I was a little intimidated by his horde block, and I think honestly my forest goblins did a really good job just taking them down. I mean, that forest goblin unit took down, like, it looked like 40 down to like 4, okay, and they killed another block off too, you know. So I think I did a good job just like picking them away with just firepower. I think my biggest mess up here was I didn't take care of that Bloodthirster, and I underestimated its power. By the way, guys, this is the 3rd ambulance of the day. Alright, it went by. I underestimated the power of the Bloodthirster. I did not think he was going to just one-shot an A-Rock. If I did, I would have just kept that A-Rock further away. I was like, fuck that. I should have just played keep away and just shoot the crap out of that guy. By the time I tried to hit him with a fireball, I realized he had a 2-up ward against fire. And then by the time I tried to hit him with bees and other stuff, he has like a 4-up ward against it. Plus he has like a 3 or 2-up armor. So it's like I could not scratch the guy with magic. I had to shoot him with shooting, and I didn't think this through. I could have spent time using long shot to kill him. I should have spent time to kill that freaking chariot with long shot, but I was trying to just help out the actual threat of this horde coming towards my guys. Oh man, it was an ugly game, guys. It was an ugly game for the Orcs and Goblins. And then after this is the end of game day 1. After this, somebody mentions blah blah blah. Ian, which is from the Dice Dojo, but is also from Charlotte, originally from Charlotte, is in the lead for Warriors of the Dark Gods, best in race. And I go, wait a second, you guys have race awards? And they're like, yeah, you didn't know we have race awards? And I was like, shit, I'm not playing my A game, man. I gotta step it up. And they're like, what are you talking about? And then I'm also talking to Spam Sandwich, which is another YouTuber, and he does Orcs and Goblins. And I was like, wait, how many Orcs and Goblins players are there? And he's like 4 or 5, I forgot how many it was. And I was just like, who's in first? And he's like, this guy Gene. And I was like, shit. I was like, well, I do have 2 big losses, and I do have 1 big win. So I'm like, maybe, just maybe, if I could get 2 more big wins and hopefully Gene gets 1 loss, I might be able to pull this off. So I'm like, even though I lost big, and honestly, I only got 2 points out of this whole thing, and that was actually I'm kind of impressed that I got 2 points out, because all I did was take half units and kill off 1 block. Unfortunately, and in all fairness, the Orcs let me down. The Orcs in this game specifically, made me wish I brought Savages. Just made me wish I brought Savages instead, because they would have killed that last Crusher. The impact hits alone would have probably killed that last Crusher. So and then Once Bitten walks by my table, and Once Bitten's like, every time I walk by your games, your Orcs aren't doing shit. And I'm like, you're absolutely right, man. And at Ocon, they were the worst unit I had. They were the biggest point sink, and they didn't do shit. So I'm just thinking, I really probably should bring back the Savages. So for Adepticon, I'm probably thinking about it. I'm going to Friday Night Dice tonight, and I'm probably going to go ahead and test it out with Savages again. I think I'm a better player now, so I won't fall for Frenzy bait as easy. I do hate Frenzy. I really do hate Frenzy, because I hate, charging something thinking I have a great job, and then I overrun too far, and then I'm like, oh shit, here's my rear to somebody else, or here's my side to somebody else. But I think with the shooting style that I've been doing, I have a better opportunity with just kind of setting myself up for not doing that, because usually my horde is the last unit that gets into a fight versus the first unit that gets into a fight. I'm kind of keeping the list very similar, though, because I kind of like my guys that I have. And honestly, even in this game, I did get my ass beat by 2 Demon Lords. 4th Ambulance, guys. Can you tell I'm back in Chicago? Oh, man. I kind of liking the list that I'm bringing in. Yeah, I had to deal with 2 Demon Lords, and I should have focused fire more on the Demon Lords. I was a little bit more intimidated by the freaking hordes that I should have been, and I really shouldn't have given him room to ambush any of my war machines. And that's something that, from the future, I will pay more attention to, that I just don't want ambushers in. I did ask the night before, because it's on War Score, and I'm just like, who's my next opponent? And they're like an Empire player, and I was just like, alright. So I kind of studied up on over the night. I'm at Once Bitten's house. His wife's talking to me about this movie, The Secret, about how if you want something, you could make it happen if you want it bad enough. Well, I was like, while she's telling me this, I'm drawing up plans on how to defeat an Empire player. So I was like, alright, I'm kind of doing exactly what she's saying, but I was kind of doing it already before it happened. So I was just like, yeah, I really need to come up with 2 big wins and to get close to getting the race awards, and hopefully my paint could push me over on one of those big losses I had. As for my MVP, I'm giving it to the Bushwhackers, the Forest Goblins. They were the most devastating unit to his army the whole game. I took out 2 blocks of Slaughterers, and it was just driving him nuts. And by the time he got into him, he was just like, how many points did I kill? And I was like, 115. And he was just like, that's it? That's bullshit. That unit took out, like, so that unit's so broken. And I was just like, and I think I just played the Bushwhackers to their potential in this game, which was great. The only thing I didn't put them in the force to keep them stubborn for a round or two. And that's the one mistake I did make there. My Nashers unfortunately failed big time. They didn't finish off that freaking chariot, and I failed to flee with the crossbow orcs. I was hoping the crossbow orcs would have done 1 wound, or 2, with the stand and shoot, and I was just hoping he'd fail charge, but that was a lot of hope. I should have just fleed, and he wouldn't have made the charge to the Nashers, and he would have just failed charge to begin with. As for Dread and A-Rock, I'm not mad at them that they got chumped by a Bloodthirster. It's a Bloodthirster, dude. That thing was made to kill big monsters like both of them, and he played it well. And I also sacrificed Dread by freaking having him deal with dogs. I figured he would have done it on the first turn, kill the dogs, turn around, fly around on my turn, but no, he ended up staying there for 2 rounds. My Orcs, I don't feel like I played it bad. I went for a side flank, which they should have won, and they did win, but he rolled a good roll and got, his Crusher stayed there and let him triple charge me or quadruple charge me on a turn that that shouldn't have happened. But whatever, man. Live and learn. It's only a game, and I'm gonna have to go ahead and play my ass off in the next 2 games to try to go for that Orcs and Goblins award. And also during this time, they're doing best paint and best single model. I entered in the Dragon Rammer for the best single model, and it's I believe it's player voted. So I go ahead and that one was player voted. So I put the Dragon Rammer out there. Hopefully he's gonna pull one in for me, and then I don't want to go home to Chicago empty-handed, guys. I want to get something. So I go ahead and I put my army out. We went out for dinner at this night. It was all the YouTubers that were there, which is Spam Sandwich, Tunison Witchify, Once Bitten, and myself, and then also the Sandwich Brothers brought their friend Chris, and we went out to a Greek restaurant, and we had a very weird experience with one of the waiters there, and I had to mention it in one of my videos. I really did, but the waiter was a little too friendly. We think the waiter might have been under the influence of something, and he kept on recommending other restaurants we should be eating at. So I had to mention that, but yeah, it was just weird. And besides that, guys, the next day, like I said, I'm going to go ahead and play Empire Player, and that will be up as soon as I can make the video. I hope you guys are enjoying these videos, even though I lost the last 2 games, and it's kind of crushing to me. And honestly, I'm looking at this game again. I really didn't play. I don't think I played a bad game. I looked at it again, and just, when I was putting this, I was like kind of dreading putting up the back-to-back losses, and kind of goes back to what was it, Mr. Gabo? I think it's Mr. Gabo who put it up, who was like, he's embarrassed to put up a loss. I put up every game I play, period. If it's a win or a loss, and it doesn't matter how big of a loss, I'm going to put it up. I didn't make that same mistake like I did when I fleed in the Sylvan Elves game. Like, I was just like, oh, that was a boneheaded move. This game, I didn't feel like I did boneheaded moves. The one boneheaded move I did do was have Koopa charge into his Crushers, because I forgot they had Lethal Strike, and they just kind of killed Koopa. Other than that, I really think I played a decent game. I was just crushed by the demons, and his broken Bloodthirster with his multi-wounds, swinging first, strength 7, and all that crap. Yeah. Anyways, guys, so I'll be putting up the next video as soon as I can make it. Like I said, if you guys haven't hit like and subscribe, do so already, and if you guys can, share my video. That way it gets out. Help me get some more subscribers. Also, if you guys like my videos, you could always hit the donate button or the support button on my YouTube channel page. Help me pay for some batteries for my camera, or help me pay for some of the trips I'm making, so that way things cost money here, man. So any donation will be appreciated greatly. Besides that, I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care. Peace. I feel like I'm missing something, but I don't know what. I already said the MVP. I'll see you guys then. Alright, later. Peace.